Hi, in this video, we're going to look at an example for decompose force in 3D. So we have this force right here, we have this F force, and let's see. If I said this force is 100 Newton, and I'm just going to come up some random number for the angle. Theta x, if it is 30 degrees. And theta y, it's a force between, it's an angle between force and the y-axis. We're going to call theta y. And theta z, it's the force and the z-axis. So it's going to be theta z. So if we say theta x is 30 and the theta y, it is, let's see, 40 degrees. Then we need to figure it out. We need to find a few things. We need to find fx component, and we need to find fy component, and we also needed to figure it out fz component. Okay. And for this problem, if they told us like fz is at negative z direction, okay, then so those are what's given, and we need to find those. So how do we solve it? Based on the equations we had last time, we can quickly find fx. It's going to be f times cosine theta x. So it will be 100 Newton times cosine 30 degree, right? Put into calculator 100 times cosine 30, and we have 86.6 Newton. Then we'll be able to find fy. It's equal to f times cosine theta y, 100 Newton times cosine theta y being 40 degrees, then 100 times cosine 40. We have an answer as 76.6 Newton. Now the only thing left is finding fz. And fz is going to use f times cosine theta z. However, we don't know the angle theta z here, but we're not stuck, right? Remember, we have this relationship from this unit vector. We said cosine theta x square plus cosine theta y square plus cosine theta z square. That's going to give us equal to 1 because that unit vector. So we can go ahead, put it in there, cosine 30 square. We can also substitute theta y cosine 40 degree square, then plus cosine theta 2 square equal to 1. Then cosine theta 2 is going to be equal to 1 minus cosine 30 square minus cosine 40. Okay. However, when you take a square root, you really get plus minus. Here is this comes into play. They told us. Haven't they told us fz is at So, I mean, it's my fault. I just realized this number doesn't work because all those here, if you do the math, it's going to be negative value. So my angle is not valid. So in other words, in reality, there's no way you can decompose the force with angle 30 degree and 40 degree for x and y. So I'm going to change that now to 80 degree. Well, how would that change my answer for fx? It doesn't change. That still be okay. But this will be changed, right? So it will be 100 times cosine 80. So if we do that, that will give us 17.36 Newton. And how would that change here? We will replace this 40 with 80. And now I think we have an answer for that. If you put it in the calculator now, you are going to have the number worked out. Then we're going to take a square root. Then I have an answer as, so this will be negative 0.469. That's for our cosine theta 2. Well, do we need to go find the angle? If they didn't ask us, we don't need to. But here I'm actually going to add it. Go ahead and find this angle, theta z. That's another unknown. So how do we do that? So theta z will be inverse tangent of negative 0.469. Okay. Then let's take a look. Put in your calculator. Inverse tangent of that will give us I have 62, but we're gonna minus 180 because it's gonna be at second quadrant. It's gonna be 117.96 degree. So once we find the angle, and then we can go back to find our FZ. FZ using equation is F times cosine theta z. And F is 100 Newton. And cosine z is this value, negative 0.469. That will give us the answer of 46.9 negative Newton. That means the z component is at negative z-axis, right? So if you have x going right, y going up, your z going forward, and this fz is going to be going backward. Okay, so that's one example. Then how we decompose a force if we're given a few parameters. So that's all, and I'll see you next time. Bye.